kept promoting and promoting, and now, 45 years later, look what happened. I mean, now just about every medical report shows that how beneficial weight resistance training is for your body, for your muscles, for everything, for your health, for your heart, for longevity, for everything. And they're using it now for, you know, the rehab after operations, especially after orthopedic surgery and so on. There is not one single hotel. Like in this hotel, you go downstairs, you don't even have to ask, do you have a gymnasium? Any and every hotel has a fitness room now, has a place where you can use weights and machines and all of this stuff. So this is what has happened. This crusade has been extremely successful because we stayed on it. So I'm proud of that I have been part, not me alone. Many people have been part of this fitness crusade. We're following together, you know, and look how far we've come. And this is just the beginning. It will continue like that.
So I had a fantastic time this weekend, as always. You know, there's so many things going on. It was great to see you and Joe Manganiello and Jason Statham yesterday.
Where's Joe? Oh, there's right over here. Here, say hi to Joe Manganiello, who is right here, great actor. I introduced him yesterday. Good friend. This is the first time he has been here at the Arnold Classic, and he works out very hard every day and has a fantastic body. You probably saw him on Muscle and Fitness, ripped with abs, a six-pack, beyond belief and everything. So he did a fantastic job, and that's how we became friends. And so it's really great to see him also here at the Arnold Classic. So anyway, I just wanted you to know that he's sitting over there. Okay?
I'll definitely be there for Sabotage, and it's great to see you back in movies. You're cranking out movies like you're doing reps every year. There's more every year coming out, and I understand you're going to start filming the new Terminator movie next month. And I just wanted to know if you can tease us with anything about that. Will you be the same model, or what's going on?
Well, the Terminator, you're right, we start filming middle to end of April, and it will be around the 4.5-month shoot. We will be shooting the film in New Orleans, and some of it in San Francisco, and maybe a little bit of it in LA. But most of it will be done in New Orleans. And, you know, I'm really looking forward to that because, as you know, the last time when they did the Terminator, it was during the time when I was governor. And so I couldn't be in that movie. But now, you know, I'm back again, and they are very excited about having me in the film. And David Ellison, who has produced all the big movies lately, you know, has plenty of money to do that movie well, and he's in partnership with Paramount Pictures. They're going to release the movie, do the distribution. So they're a really great studio. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to come out in July 4th weekend in 2015. So everything is really, the preparation for the movie is going well, the script is fantastic, and so I'm really looking forward to this film.
I understand you have a tank. I was wondering, what one of your biggest fans have to do in order to learn how to drive that thing?
Your tank. Yeah, I don't know if you can drive it.
Oh yeah, of course. If you're a tank driver, you can drive it, yes. But you can ride with me. As a matter of fact, we have right now an interesting thing, a fundraising activity. I'm not running for office, so don't worry about it. But a fundraising activity for After School All-Stars, which is my pet project. I've been involved with after-school programs. We have a national organization called After School All-Stars, and we always are raising money because the public sector can give so much and then they fall short. So we are raising money through the private means and through non-profit organization. And so we are asking people to send in $10 and to be part of a draw. Then we will pick a winner, and that person would then ride with me in the tank, and then we will be crushing things with the tank. And there will be a video coming out. What's the website again, Daniel? It's arnold.com, right?
You can go to Schwarzenegger.com, and there's a Ride in a Tank with Arnold button you can click, or you can go straight to Omaze, OMAZE.com/Arnold.
Yeah, so we just did a promotional kind of a video, which will come out when will
this week.
This week, so you can go and see that, where I crush with the tank all kinds of things. You know, huge giant Easter egg, because Easter is coming up. Then you know, wine barrels with wine flying through the air like crazy, you know, California wine, and a piano. There was a beautiful piano we put up in the middle, and they would just crush that. Then, since I always fight against the couch potatoes right now, fitness crusade, so I thought we were gonna go and put a couch in the living room, and then you know, just throw a bunch of potatoes on the couch, and then just drive with a tank over that, and wipe out the couch potatoes once and for all. And then there was a barbell, which is going to be really funny because, you know, the idea was we have this 501-pound barbell on a bench right out in the middle of the you know, Melody Ranch, this kind of deserty ground, and I look in the camera and they say, well, my record in bench press is 500 pounds, and right now I'm going to crush that record. And so, anyway, so we're going to drive over this barbell, 501-pound barbell, and that is on a bench, so that it gets crushed. So everything that is in front of us, and a car, we crush a car too, just drive over it. So, you know, tanks are very powerful, and I was a tank driver, and I was very fortunate that I get my tank from the Austrian army, due to the permission from the Pentagon here in America, because it was given by America to Austria and to European countries after the Second World War. And this is a patent tank which was built in the early 50s, and it's called the M47, and so I ride it all the time, and so we give people a chance. And a lot of times after school, the kids that participate in after school programs and do well and stay in school and get good grades, they can come out there and ride with me. So that we do all those things all the time.
Where do you keep a tank? Next to the Hummer?
It's no, we have a place in first of all where I ride it is called the Melody Ranch, where they do all the Western movies. You know, it goes way back, and they still do Western movies there and commercials for Budweiser and so on. And the tank is kept right next door, where they have a facility where they have all the military hardware, where they have tanks and trucks and everything for movies. And so they are perfectly equipped to also take care of my tank. So my tank is has a great engine that works all the time. The tracks are brand new. Everything that breaks will be upgraded and will be built again. The great thing is now with the internet, you can find the parts. Like for instance, the tracks we found, I think in Israel, they had a container of the old tracks from the M47. If you need parts for the engine, if you need anything, you can find it there on the website and get it. And so, but it takes some money to do the upkeep of that tank, like you can imagine. But I mean, it's worth it. It's a lot of fun to have. Very few people now can say that they brought home their own plane after they left the military, or their own tank or something like that. I think I'm probably the only one that has his own tank.
Yeah.
The exact very same tank that I drove in the Austrian army.
Oh, so it was your tank?
It was my tank, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
For anybody needing an alternator for your tank, you know, go on.
I remember the times when we first met in Vince's gym in Studio City. The first of all, Vince said, "Hey Ossie, I got one of your countrymen here." You know, he introduced me to you in the gym, and I said, "Vince, I'm from Australia, not Austria." And that was right.
That's right.
I remember we shared an apartment there, and I had a beautiful Pontiac GTO. It had all the bells and whistles and everything on it. And you were just learning to drive. Just learning to drive, and a miserable day like today, you know, the snow and raining and greasy. And Arnold said, "Look, I just want to borrow your GTO. That was a fantastic vehicle. Oh, I loved it so much." And just be careful. I'm just going up the street, the shop, to get something. And I'm sitting back there, oh, gee, I hope he's all right. I hope Arnold is all right. Crash! I hear this tremendous bang. in the apartment, would you allow me to share with you for a little while there? And I walk up, what was that? No, don't tell me. I walk up the street, and there's this lady crying her eyes out. You just run into the back and crushed her Mustang to pieces. Oh, I said, well, Arnold, what have you done? My beautiful GTA, you've crushed it. And then I looked down, the steering wheel had gone into your leg, your thigh. And I opened it up, and there was a gap that wide, and you could look into that. I could see right into the bone, but it wasn't bleeding. I said, and Arnold was saying, this man is out of the world, he's not human. And you weren't bleeding, there wasn't an ounce of blood anywhere at all, but you had this big gash in the leg, and I was horrified. Oh, he's not going to be able to train. There goes his career, and Paul Graham has ruined his career. I can't walk, I can't train again. And you went to the doctor's surgery, they stowed you up. I said, oh, well, at least we'll have the day off training today. We won't be going to Gold's Gym. We used to train in the morning at Vincent's, then go to Gold's in the afternoon for legs. No, I'm going to Gold's, we're training. You trained through that, and I was absolutely well. They said, you must be out of this world to see that, a gash like that, no blood, and then the poor woman's crying her eyes out. I think she chased me forever to try and get the money back for a crashed Pontiac Mustang that you crashed to pieces.
Well, you're absolutely correct, Paul. Thank you for reminding the audience. They love to crush things. I do have accidents, and then just want to say Paul Graham is one of the great promoters of bodybuilding over in Australia, and he's going to be with his partner going to run the Arnold Classic over in Australia, which we're going to have in 2015, which is going to be a fantastic event. He was also promoting and organizing and running the 1980 Mr. Olympia, which I won in Sydney, Australia, at the Sydney Opera House, which was really a fantastic event. So it's great to have you here, Paul.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry I ruined your car that day, but I didn't know any better. But like I said, you know, when it gets rainy and slippery in California, where there's so rarely rain, it gets very slippery. And it was a stick shift. And I remember coming up with around 80 miles an hour Ventura Boulevard, and I shifted down from the fourth to the third gear into the second, because it was a very quick turn there in front of Vince's gym. And then because of shifting down, it started spinning. And the car spun over to the other side, and I started smashing into the Volkswagen and the Mustang and the van, and there were 6 cars that were wiped out immediately. And you're right, it was not the steering wheel. What was stuck on the side of me was the glove compartment box that is in the middle of the GTO. Okay. And that was stuck in there, it ripped off, and then when I walked out, it was still stuck there. And then I pulled it out, and there was no blood. You're absolutely right.
Why was there no blood?
But it was, I think, because I was in the shock. Or something like that. So it was kind of a really wild experience. But again, the great thing was the police came and everything was fine afterwards. And in California, they have the no-fault insurance, so no one started chasing me about paying for all this stuff, right? It was just, you know, everything was taken care of, and I really learned then the great generosity of the American people and how forgiving they are when you make a mistake like that. You know, that people don't dwell on it, or try to, you know, collect money from you or anything like that. They knew that there was a foreigner, he's some immigrant from over there. Let's just forget about it. Let's just move on. You know, so that was the attitude. You know, Joe does true blood, and I do no blood. So I mean, everyone does something with blood.
Yes, sir.
Good day, Arnold. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. You said never say no. Well, I wish the laws could be changed. You can make a good president of the United States. But first time me and my wife came here was in 2006. And we went to the Veterans Memorial Show, and I think Dexter Jackson won that show that night. I'm not sure. But we got on the bus to go back to our hotel room, and Reg Park gets on the bus with his wife, with his family, John, and they were so nice. They took pictures with us and everything. I said, I'm trying to do this big picture thing. Only person I don't have a picture with is you. And you said, never say no, don't give up. So it's been since 2006. I would like to have a picture with you if you could honor me with that request.
You still don't have a picture with me?
I don't have a picture with you. I need
so why don't you come up here and take it?
Yes.
Okay. Coming up here. Do a little selfie. You can do it. Where's your phone?
Yeah, you need a phone or a camera or...
Come on.
Ah, there we go.
Let's do it. Come on up here. Don't slow down on me now. Action, action, action. There you have it. See ya.
I'm nervous, y'all.
All right, hold on.
All right, we got it.
Thank you.
That's why I say never say never.
That'll make a great Christmas card.
You know, I mean, you know, this is one of those questions that is always very hard to answer. It's like when someone says to me, says, what is your favorite movie? I mean, how do you come up with one, right? It's like you can say, okay, here are my 5 favorite movies that I've ever done, but that's not, I can't come up with one. And the same is with this. I mean, you know, I think that I'm very happy that I always had a big vision, and that I never limited things just to do, you know, in a small way. So when it comes to the fitness promotion, for instance, I mean, I've been on this fitness crusade for the last 45 years. Right from the beginning, when I started winning championships, I said to myself, I got to do this, not just for myself, but I got to go and lift the whole sport. And so I was always out there promoting, and this was at the time when people said, hey, if you touch weights, you're going to be muscle bound, and you're going to get a heart attack, and you're going to get stupid and turn gay and narcissistic, and you know, all of this kind of stupid stuff people would say to you. And but you know, I kept promoting, and now, 45 years later, look what happened. I mean, now just about every medical report shows that how beneficial weight resistance training is for your body, for your muscles, for everything, for your health, for your heart, for longevity, for everything. And they're using it now for, you know, the rehab after operations, especially after orthopedic surgery and so on. There is not one single hotel. Like in this hotel, you go downstairs, you don't even have to ask, do you have a gymnasium? They have a gym. Every hotel in the world, if you go to the Middle East, if you go to Africa, if you go to Asia, it makes no difference where you are. Any and every hotel has a fitness room now, has a place where you can use weights and machines and all of this stuff. So this is what has happened. This crusade has been extremely successful because we stayed on it. So I'm proud of that I have been part, not me alone. Many people have been part of this fitness crusade. We fought it together, you know, and look how far we have come. And this is just the beginning. It will continue like that. I mean, every high school now, if you think about it, has weight rooms. Every university has a weight room. Every military installation. When I was in Iraq visiting the soldiers there, visiting those brave men and women, I mean, they're the biggest gymnasium there with 100 life cycles and benches with bench press and all this. It was amazing, the stuff that they have. So this is, I'm proud of that, but at the same time, I'm proud of what I did as governor. You know, to start rebuilding California and to start rebuilding the roads, the highways, freeways, schools, university buildings, affordable housing, levies, and all of this stuff. The work that we've done, the political reforms, to redistricting reform, you know, because in America, the political system is fixed. It's a gerrymandered. The politicians draw their own little districts so they stay safe, and there's no one ever, you know, getting thrown out or changing party hands. So I was upset about that. I said, there's a fixed system in California, we're going to change that. Well, we lost 5 times, but the 6th time we won, and now ordinary folks are drawing the district lines, not anymore the politicians, even though everyone said it would be impossible to do. Open primaries where Democrats and Republicans can go together to the polls and choose who they want, rather than the Republicans have to go to the Republican polls and the Democrats to the Democratic polls, and there's always this division between the two. No, they should choose together. Let someone come up with the ideas, what they have for the future of the state or the country, and then the Democrats and Republicans choose who has the best ideas, who has the best vision, who is the most believable, rather than always dividing the two between Democrats and Republicans. So we changed that. So I'm very proud of all of those things that we've accomplished, and I'm also proud of my movies that I've done. You know, so it's very hard to say I picked this one over this one. I'm proud that I've done all the work that I've done. I've also had a lot of screw-ups. It's inevitable when you do all these different things that you will also have those. But the bottom line is, I would have not been able to do any of that if I wouldn't have come to America. To be honest with you, I mean, America is, and even though you hear so many people talking about, you know, that America is slipping and all this and that, the bottom line is, no matter how much we slip and how much maybe we go from a 4% GDP increase to a 2.5% GDP increase and all of those things, America is still today by far the best place in the world and has still the best opportunities of any place in the world. I've been everywhere. That's simple. Thank you for coming here today and listening, and I'll be back. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Of course you will. Arnold Schwarzenegger.